Hi folks, and welcome to the Revere TV Veterans Corner. Today we have two special guests. We have Salvo from Volare's restaurant. Salvo, thank you for taking the time off and coming on here.
Thank you.
And we have Lenny Piazza from the Historical Society from the city of Revere. Now Lenny came in with a magazine from the Bostonian. If you can get a shot of that. It's the 2013 October edition, and there was an article about the Volare's restaurant in there. And Lenny, since you brought it in, I think it's your duty to read it.
Thank you very much, Morris. And thank you, Sal, for being here.
Thank you. It's my
Oh,
pleasure.
excuse me. Let me thank you for coming first. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, as we look at this magazine, we see that it's a two-page spread, and there's a wonderful illustration of a hamburger, which I've had several times at this restaurant, and I can't say too much about it. It is absolutely fantastic, as the experience I've had with many of their other items on the menu. The food is superb. But the article, which is extremely interesting, I would like to read. There are a number of things that can lead a restaurant to success. A great chef, stunning interiors, friendly staff. When you combine all three elements with a chef's 20 years experience of preparing authentic and delicious Italian dishes, you get the culinary wonder that is Volare. Celebrating their first anniversary since opening in October of 2012, Executive Chef Salvo Gagli
Thank you.
and co-owner Chris Salerno have found the secret to making their Revere restaurant successful. Keep it simple, keep it good, and keep enjoying life. And judging by the extremely high return rate of their patrons, they've managed to combine the three elements to perfection. It's classic Italian cuisine with a local New England angle, says the chef, who took many of his native Sicilian dishes and added them to the menu, which spans the whole of Italian regional specialties. From the Southern-inspired and I always defer to the expert. That word right there.
Arancini.
Yes, and this word right here.
Bruschetta sicula.
How about that? Not only is he excellent at preparing these items, but his pronunciation is excellent also. The chef's special, though, is, and we have another item.
Picchio pacchio.
How about that? A dish made in Palermo where he dreamed of one day becoming a professional trumpet player. Well, that's unusual. I used to work in a rotisserie back home doing a bit of everything, but I never thought I'd end up becoming a chef, says Salvo. But what's exactly happened a short while after he left his Sicilian hometown of Monteparari near Palermo to pursue...
Montelepre.
See that? Even better.
Why didn't call me this time?
to pursue a musical career in the United States. I came in 1993 to perfect my trumpet playing skills, he recalls. Instead, he ended up falling in love with culinary art after accepting a pizziola job in East Boston. Salvo turned out to be a natural, infusing his musical creativity into a wide range of dishes from all over Italy. My brother was studying in RVC, Sicily, to become a chef at the time, so he would send me books. I dove into them and emerged even more creatively. Between then and when Volare opened in 2012, Salvo worked in several different restaurants, including in downtown Boston's Westin and the Taj hotels. But over all this time, Salvo never seemed to find the perfect fit. That all changed now, and I want to retire here. The feeling comes from the instant friendships that he struck with East Boston native Chris Salerno, who partnered with Cecilia Maya to open the restaurant in Revere. The whole thing is the luckiest mistake of my life, said Chris. I was never in the restaurant business before, and I didn't know Salvo, although we had many friends in common. The two met when it was time to pick an executive chef for Volare. Salvo showed up and prepared some amazing dishes, rigatoni with sausage, frutti di mare, and even chicken parmesan. There was no question who would be taking over the kitchen at Volare. Several months later, the restaurant finally opened at 388 Broadway, thanks to the help of Vinnie
Graziani.
Graziani, who
It's no Irish.
I know it. My last name is Piazza, and boy,
I
my,
do the jokes.
my pronunciation is terrible. Michael Sciarolati and Giovanni Toludo. At the end of the first week of operations, Salvo, Chris, Michael, and Giovanni gathered in the tiny office at the back of the restaurant and just smiled. We all hugged each other, Salvo recalls. Right then and there, we knew we were going to make it. We want to thank the city of Revere and all the people who supported us along the way, said Salvo. Adds Chris. Now the restaurant has become one of the more exclusive go-to spots in the greater Boston area, open every day from 11:30 to 2, brunch served on Sundays starting at 10 a.m. Every day it's like being with a family, said Chris, and that's exactly why people keep coming back for more. I can assure you I go there very frequently, and I will continue to do so, and it is an enjoyable culinary experience. Thank you very much, Sal.
Thank you.
Right, Lenny, and thank you for that fine introduction. Now, Mr. Gallio, I want to get back to you. Is that all right if I call you Mr. Gallio?
You can call me Salvo.
Salvo? Okay, thank you, Salvo.
Make me feel younger.
Well, you are younger. Compared to us, you are a lot younger. First of all, thank you again for showing up here. Now,
Thank
you were
you.
born in
Thank you
Palermo,
for having me.
Sicily, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you came to America 20 years ago. And you are one of the great chefs in the city of Revere. I can attest to that. But I'd like you to tell me how you got started. I don't want your age. I don't want to know how old you are when you got started. But did you get started in Palermo?
We started, I would say I'm not the best, I'm not the last one. I just do my job and try to do the best of my ability. And let's say we say to the restaurants that come and enjoy, it means like come and have a good time. So I'm trying to do the best of my ability to make people happy, enjoy the meal when they come to our restaurant.
Right. Let me interrupt you just for 1 minute. Lenny and I came to your restaurant. We had the Volare burger, one of the best burgers that I've had, and I'm sure, Lenny.
Absolutely right.
Okay. Tell us about how do you make that burger if you can, and what it consists of.
And you don't have to forget that this is still an Italian restaurant.
Right.
So the burger, I serve the burger for lunch to have a variety of the menu. And yes, like is the secrets on the burgers and what I gotta say is the secrets is the ingredients you use, like a nice cut of meat, you know what I mean, ground to perfection, and the ingredients you put on top. I put like a fresh gorgonzola cheese, caramelized onion we make in the house, lettuce and tomato, and the fresh
fries.
Brioche buns. They usually, in many restaurants, they don't use it because it's quite hard to make it.
When I was at the restaurant, there was people sitting on my left and on my right, and they were eating Italian meals, which I didn't know what they were. But you have so many good Italian meals at Volare's. I mean, everyone is excellent. Why don't you tell us about them, since you know more about them than I do?
The way you just wrote it before, my menu's got like a Sicilian, North Italian menu.
Yep.
With some American twist. The American twist is like what I put on my menu, classic one, because when I come in this country, I never knew what it was like a chicken parmigiana, because the only parmigiana we make in Sicily, because that's where the dish come from, is just a later eggplant, fried eggplant with the tomato, parmigiano, and basil. So when I come over here, I have to braid it like the chicken cutlet or veg cutlet, put a tomato on top, like my homemade tomato, and mozzarella cheese. So this is one of the dishes that I would call American, because that's why people come, and believe it or not, we sell tons of the chicken parm. So the other classic dish I have like a chicken piccata and then chicken marsala. my chicken marsala, I have like sometimes people they like it, they don't, because my way to do marsala is a reduction the wine. You know what I mean? Like at least a 3/4 of the amount I put it before I started, and use a demi glaze. A demi glaze is like a to make everybody understand it, is roast bones, you know, with herbs, red wine, and tomato paste, and let them cook for at least 10 hours, very slowly, so you can get all the flavor from the bones. And that's why my demi glaze, I had it to my port wine sauce, to my marsala sauce. So when the people come over there, they use the word, the Americans say gravy. My menu, they don't have no gravy, have a sauce, a tomato sauce, a marsala sauce, any other sauce. So started from the appetizer, the way you mentioned before, arancinette, or arancini if it's big. So the diminutivo, the small words for arancini is arancinette, that I have in the menu is a rice ball stuffed with the mozzarella and bolognese sauce. And my bolognese is made up with the sausage, pork, and veal and beef. So I learned this from my uncle. This is what I started learning about culinary arts when I was in the young age. You told me don't start at say
That's
the
right.
age, okay? So don't tell my age
No,
on the
okay.
air. So anyway, and another appetizer that I have is an American rollettini and an Italian eggplant parm. So I created like this dish is called carrozzella. It's a stuff with ricotta cheese, cream, and parmigiano and mozzarella, and the top with the picchio pacchio. The picchio pacchio is like just a saute like a fresh tomato and caramelized onion very quickly, and I had a little bit tons of sugar and a little vinegar to give it that sweet and sour acidity, and finish it with the pesto cream sauce, pecorino pesto cream sauce on the bottom. This is my carrozzella appetizer, and you know.
Keep going
There's
because I'm getting hungry, Sal.
There's so many other ones like the Gamberis green choice. Is that the shrimp with all meatly of vegetables, and my costolette d'agnello traduction. Well done.
That's all right.
Translate in English is I'm sorry for my
No, that's
my
perfect.
English.
You're doing an excellent job, Sal.
So is a lamb chop breaded with the panko
Oh, I love that.
in a fig demi glaze sauce with the nice crispy arugula and lemon vinaigrette. So I don't know if you want me keep going
You
and
keep
go
going.
to the
Let the people
entree.
know. By the way,
Let me mention to you
Go
that
ahead.
I had the item that you just mentioned earlier, which was the marsala, the chicken marsala, and it was absolutely delicious. And the point I would like to make about this also is the volume of food. It's an ample dish, and invariably, as I did, people take a portion home with them, and they have it the next day. So the enjoyment of the meal is twofold when you're there and when you're back home again, and you have a great experience twice.
right, thank you, Lenny.
So
Sal, excuse me.
yes, no problem.
Do you serve fish at Volare's?
Yeah, of course we saw fish, but I was talking about the beginning. Started with the classic, but
Right, I just
have
wanted you to tell them everything that you do.
Yeah, of
right?
course. But before I go to the fish, I gotta mention one items. The veal shank, or we call it ossobuco. That we prepare this dish to prepare this dish. Take us at least 6 to 8 hours.
Wow.
You know, it's a slow cooking. Braise the veal shank, and then we finish it with the saffron vegetable risotto, and the own juice, whole juice from the ossobuco. Another items that I have on the menu that is a slow cooking process is my chicken confit. It's a double legs. So like I really serve a lot of food. It's a double legs of chicken cooking confit. Confit is another technique of cooking. It's like a slow cooking inside the on fat and vegetable oil. You know, like the process is like I brine. Brine means like marinated with the salt and sugar, the chicken overnight, wash it off, put it in a bath of oil, and cook it slowly, very slowly for about 4 or 5 hours. You know, and we serve it with the crispy polenta, the picchio pacchio sauce, and vegetables. Fish. I got the meatly of the sea, like my frutti di mare. But if you can start it with appetizer, we have a mussel appetizer, red on white. We have a fried calamari, and one as best seller is like a encrust egg with the pistachio crust. Pistachio. I say it right.
That's right.
You know, and a lemon beurre blanc sauce. It means like lemon butter sauce with the vegetable and Parmigiano risotto. And another fish dish that I have on the menu is my salmon dish. It's a seared salmon with the orange glaze sauce with the cannellini beans, artichokes, caramelized onions, arugula, and roasted potato. Of course, like if you come down to Volare, just check house board, because usually like in the morning I go the fish market or Restaurant Depot, because now Restaurant Depot they have a nice like a fish department, and like they brought fish daily, and depends the catch what I go over there to have like I do my bird and do the especially daily. So this week we had like a pincer sole with the mashed potato, caper sauce, and Brussels sprouts. So I use some other vegetable than no Italian, but
That's good.
they go good together.
Oh,
they
yeah.
go good together.
Your specialty fish dinner. Tell us about that, because a lot of people come in on Fridays just for fish. So tell us.
The way I mentioned, like yeah, you can have like the salmon dish or the pistachio crust egg, or my linguine frutti di mare with scallops, shrimp, mussel, calamari, and again this one you can choose in red sauce on white wine sauce with the touch of lemon. It's I can give a little acidity. I don't use the lemon when I do with the tomato sauce. And one other dish that we sell a lot, then I usually get this one on the fast food restaurant. I don't want to mention name in the area. Is my fritto misto. Fritto misto is like a combined of a fried calamari, fried shrimp, and eric. What I miss? Calamari, shrimp, eric, and scallops. You know, with the French fry and my lemon aioli. My lemon aioli dip, where you can dip all your fish in. And if you want like a tons of sauce, if you like a tomato sauce, we give you the tomato sauce to enjoy the
Very enjoyable.
fritto misto.
Okay,
forward
we got
to
a few
that.
minutes left, about 5 or 10 minutes. Lenny, take a couple of minutes and say
Well,
what you would like to say.
All right. Well, thank you, Morris. It's obviously it's a pleasure. Obviously, it's a pleasure to be here with both of you because it allows me to share the previous experiences I've had with Morris, both here and at the Senior Center, and I have to take the opportunity to commend Morris for all he does for the community. I have to do that, Morris. Equally so, the restaurant. Chris has been a wonderful partner with Sal. I have to compliment Chris for the generosity that he has demonstrated in the past and will be again in the immediate future for his donation of gift certificates for many, many projects. When you add together the elements of a good meal, it's like adding together the elements that we have here today. Morris, Sal, and what the brief amount that I can contribute myself. It combines together to make a perfect menu for the people of Revere. You will further enjoy this by going to the restaurant on the many hours that we've listed before, and you will find it an experience that individually and family you can share together, and it will be a great enjoyment for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lenny. First of all, thank you. First of all, folks, I would like to say if it wasn't for Mr. Piazza, Mr. Gagli would not be on the show because he was the one that introduced me to him. So I want to say, Lenny, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Salvo, take a few minutes, wrap it with what you say, and then I'll take a couple of minutes and finish it. But you do whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do, with the reason.
Do a closing.
I would start to say, like, it's my pleasure to be part of the show, and if you guys chose me, like, my high power teach me to do, like, do the next right thing. I think so far we 1 year and establish. I think I guess I do the right thing, and I would close to say, like, I'll be at Volare to cook your meal and make you enjoy. Come and enjoy.
Right, and I want to thank you because you said you had two choices, music or chef. Thank God you picked the chef, but I still love your music because I heard it first. So, Salvo, Mr. Gagli, I want to say thank you for coming on here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
It's my pleasure for having me.
Before we
Thank
close,
you.
I want to say God bless you, Lenny. God bless you, Gagli, the citizens of Revere, our troops, and especially our great country, the United States of America. Until the next time, folks, stay tuned because as soon as we leave here, we're all going to Volare's.